Are watching a video entitled 1 Hour Rant. I don't know why you would even click on a video entitled 1 Hour Rant, why you would want to watch me for an hour. Maybe you thought I was joking, maybe you thought I was calling it a 1 hour rant, but it's actually just a 5-minute rant. No, it really is a 1 hour rant. I have no topic. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just bored as shit right now, and I want to see how many of you will actually sit through an hour of my bullshit. Especially when I'm not going out of my way to be entertaining. I don't even know what I'll talk about. Maybe I'll just talk about whatever pops in my head. I guess that's the definition of a rant, isn't it? What to talk about? Oh, here's an interesting thing. I recently... This is disgusting. I recently bought some underwear, some white underwear. I don't usually wear white underwear, but it was really cheap, so I bought some. And I had no idea up until I bought these white underwear how much shit comes out when I fucking fart. It's like, you know, you feel it juicy and then you think it's just like sweat in the crevice of your ass, but it's actually got some shit mixed in there. It's like there's shit juice in there. And I didn't know that when I was wearing, you know, when I wear boxers or when I wear colored underwear. You can't see that in there. But if you wear white underwear, you really see the shit smears. I've got to get rid of this fucking white underwear. Of course, I don't do my own laundry. The housekeeper does it. So it's kind of amusing. So that's the only reason I really haven't stopped doing it. If I did my own laundry, I'd probably get some good underwear. But since the housekeeper has to come around and pick up the underwear, I kind of like to amuse myself wondering what she must think, you know, what must go on in her little Mexican mind. Oh, I'm an asshole, aren't I? But hey, at least I share this stuff with you. Most people would never talk about this kind of stuff in their lives, but I guess I'm just the kind of person who doesn't give a fuck. Of course, that's not always the case. I'm not nearly so ballsy as someone like, say, Captain Awesome, who will go into churches and confront religious people head on. Of course, I don't really like that mentality. Never really liked when Captain Awesome goes into a church or you know, goes and does his little spaghetti monster thing on the sidewalk. Never much cared for shows like the Tom Green Show. I mean, I thought it was funny at first, but I don't really like where our people are pestered. I kind of have a very mind-your-own-business mentality, and it seems like that's a clear violation of that. And as much as I like Brett Keen's videos, I never like the videos where he calls Christians or interacts with Christians. I just kind of feel like there are certain battlefields that we need to fight religious people on. Like, I'll make an anti-religious video that they can choose to click on or choose not to click on. Or if they are trying to interfere in some kind of public discourse, like the abortion issue or the stem cell issue, then I will criticize them to their face and get up in their face and tell them that. But I'm not just going to go to some churchgoers who are minding their own business and having their little faith and try to crush it. You know, if they come to me, that's one thing. If it's a political issue, that's one thing. But to go into a church or to call a Christian church or something like that and interfere with them directly, try to change their minds, you know, actively, that's always been uncomfortable for me. I won't say it's wrong, because it's just it's how other people approach the whole theist thing, how other atheists approach that situation, but it's just not how I approach it. I'm just not that interested in that kind of thing. It just makes me uncomfortable. I don't even like to watch it. I don't like people being pestered in general. I know that's a source of amusement, especially in this reality TV loving culture. Everyone wants to see people put through the ringer. It's not really very interesting to me. It just makes me a little nauseous, to be honest with you. Normally I would edit my taking drinks and stuff out, but this is a 1 hour rant. It's uncut. No one knows what will happen. It's just going to be boring shit. I'm not trying to be entertaining. I'm just talking. I'm really trying to bore you right now. I would really like you to be bored. And I'd like you to sit through and just be bored with me. Because I'm bored right now, and I want to inflict that boredom upon you. I don't feel like being entertaining. I want you to be bored out of your fucking mind. You're bored anyway, otherwise you wouldn't have clicked this, but I'm not here to alleviate your boredom like I usually would try to do. I'm just here to be bored with you. I'll be your companion in boredom. Maybe that's why people like the boring dispatcher so much. You know, the first time I saw his name, I thought it was ironic. I thought he was trying to be funny. And then I watched some videos, and I'm like, wow, he really is pretty fucking boring. But then he's hugely popular, so it makes no sense. I don't know. I don't understand the popularity of a lot of people on YouTube. There's this guy that I'm sure you all know. I just found out about him not too long ago, called Renetto. And apparently he's this big fucking deal. And I've watched some of his videos, and I just don't see what the big fucking deal is. I mean, this guy's got, 10 times, 30 times as many subscribers as me, something like that. And for what? What's he done? I don't understand. What's the big fucking deal about this Renetto guy? It's really strange. And then I saw this one video, all these videos by this guy who does this Ask a Gay Man or Ask a Gay Guy or some shit like that. For a while I was thinking about doing a segment called Ask a Gay Atheist, where I got on the camera and started saying that there's no way the Earth could be made by a designer, because it just didn't look like it was, because I was going to say, usually I'd edit that out too, but what I was going to say was that I didn't think the Earth was made by a designer, because all designers are gay, and everyone knows that a gay man would not choose blue and green as the planet's colors. And I was going to do it in a gay voice. I was going to do it like this, in a gay voice, just totally just camp gay voice, and do the limp wrist and everything. Just make sure you can see the limp wrist, because that is like the gay thing. But the thing was, I just don't look gay, because gay guys look good, and I don't look good at all. And I don't have any gay backgrounds. I mean, I'm doing my videos from a garage. It's hard to be gay from a garage. I could have made a background, got some flowers or some shit like that. Tried to find some gay-looking clothing. I do have a purple shirt I could have put on. Missing a button, though. A gay man would never walk out with a missing button. So I just didn't have the props to do it properly. So I just didn't do it. And it just got forgotten until just now, when I recalled it. Very interesting. Very interesting today. I was watching these videos, Brett Keen's videos, and first he did his little whiny video about, do people like me for being human? And of course the answer is no. No one fucking cares about your humanity. No one cares about anyone else's humanity on this fucking rock. That's the big problem here. It's not really religion, it's that we don't give a shit about one another. And I've tried to give a shit about other people, but it's very hard. People make it difficult for you to care about them with their behavior. Watched a sickening video today by Aborted Soul. Used to be a big fan. He was on there with his, I guess, girlfriend, and they were all kissy, lovey, happy, crappy. Fuck that shit. I hate that. I don't like to see other people happy like that. It makes me sick with jealousy and hatred. I don't like to see people happy like that. Is that too honest? Should I even be saying this stuff? There's a certain kind of air you're supposed to project. You're not supposed to be vulnerable on the internet. But I'm not vulnerable. I don't care. I'm much too jaded, much too callous to be vulnerable. But people see vulnerability and honesty. I don't see vulnerability and honesty. The more honest a person is, the less vulnerable they must be. Because I don't give a shit if you have the dirt on me for the most part. I learned long ago that as long as there's no dirt to be had on me, as long as I'm totally upfront about pretty much everything about myself, there's nothing you can say to hurt me. So, really, I see my honesty as a way of becoming invulnerable. Of course, there are limits to my honesty on here on YouTube, just because there's certain things you just can't say publicly, no matter how controversial you want to be. There's certain emotions you can't admit to. They're just too dark. Speaking of dark, let's get back to Brett Keen for a moment, because after he did those videos that I was critical of, he did a very funny video